do you feel the opening weekend went?
From my standpoint, it was great. We went down to Milton Keynes first there, and they're a new team, but they got a lot of experience. So obviously we got a chance to see them in pre-season, but we dominated hard for the first probably 30 minutes, and then got in some penalty trouble, let's say, and it made it interesting at the end. But we had probably 3-4 grade A's that we could have scored in the first period, and it would have been a non-game really in the end. But it was close and probably good for us that it was. And then obviously Swindon coming here. There's been a lot of hype about Swindon, and on paper probably have got the strongest roster, but we got great character in this team, and some of them we had some big performances from some big names, namely Matty Davis, and came up with the goods on the night. So great opening weekend really.
Superb. And the keeper Ash Smith took a nasty little hit against Swindon at home. Is he all right?
Yeah, he's fine. He's a big, strong kid, and it's hockey. He's been doing it a long time. I mean, he stands in front of the puck, and there's not many people want to do that. So he's got to be, you got to be tough enough to do that. So he'll be fine. It's something. It's not his first time getting hit. So.
Oh, that's all right then. So he's only young. Do you reckon he can handle the physicality of this league?
For sure. I think he proved that at the end of last year, and with us, there's no doubt. Or he wouldn't be here. That's kind of, especially. For me, I'm a pretty forward guy, and when it comes to the team and Shane and how we do dealings, we only have people here that we want and that I want, so there's no question about that.
Lovely. Do you feel his performances are better sometimes away from home than they are in front of the home crowd?
I wouldn't say better. I think Ash is going to have a light on him at home because of who his dad is, and people, whether they like it or not, people are very opinionated in hockey, unfortunately sometimes. But no, he's been good at home and away for me, and the only person he has to worry about is me and my opinion, and I'm very vocal with him, and he knows how I feel. So
good. We're all an iron fist, yeah.
Yeah, no, he's all good. He knows where he stands, and he's playing great for us. So no questions.
I mean, he's a young guy as well. He's only 20, isn't he? I mean, maturity-wise, 8-9 years off being a mature goalie. I mean, some goalies don't mature till 30. You'll have seen some really good ones, 25, no doubt.
Yeah, of course.
Really good goalies looking at 30 sometimes before they actually really mature, and he's very, very young on that curve.
Really young then, yeah.
He is, yeah.
He's already a champion.
I mean, Jason knows better than I know where he is on that curve. Well, yeah, he's already a treble champion. Jason knows where he is on that development curve far better than I'll ever know, but he is on that development curve.
He's doing great. He's doing great. He's a 20-year-old kid, and he's learning his trade, and he's in a great place to do it. So we're all good.
That's superb. And Ian, do you think the club is where it needs to be off the ice in preparation for the new league?
$1 million question. Well, first of all, new league, National League, unknown quantities. We don't exactly know what we're getting here. One thing we do know we're going to get is tough games week in, week out. What we saw here on Sunday, I'm sorry to say to Jason, it might be one of many games like that, because the guys haven't got many games like that in the locker, unfortunately. I imagine at the end of the season it's going to be a lot of injuries, probably a lot of tired legs. We might have to look at new bodies coming in just to literally, replenish the team because of that fact. So where are we commercially? We've had an amazing summer, absolutely amazing summer, the best ever, way beyond what we ever expected. The sponsorship is at record levels. The season passes have been absolutely astonishing this year. We're down to 50 season passes at one stage. We're up to over 200 season passes now. So Andre Payet's been really pushing, getting out there in the community. He's been developing an awful lot. He's a guy who's pretty new to Hull as well, so he's getting to know business relationships, etc. On the media side, that's where we've made the biggest progress, if I may say so. My task was to come in and create a media team, because we had one guy doing it, Andy Robinson, very able, but he was just doing what he could do. We want to expand, and we want really to start breathing in this rarefied atmosphere of social media, etc. Because it is a rarefied atmosphere for us. Yeah. We're not delving into that enough. So the first step was to get the media team. I'm sorry I'm drawing on a bit about this, is to get the media team, which we've got 5 people in that now. Jason's seen a few of us around, things doing interviews, social media, etc. The next bit of that was to do the loyalty scheme, which means bringing in companies who are not going to sponsor us, not yet, but they're actually going to provide loyalty bonuses to the fans in terms of discounts, and also the players as well, and things like that. And then the community side, which is really, really important. Community side means, which I'll come to in a moment, it means such a lot to us. terms of this.
So you do a community scheme with the club. Could you maybe explain it for people that don't know the specifics of it?
There aren't any specifics of it. That's the view.
Okay.
We've got a community section to this club where we want to really reach out, and that does sound like a bit of a cliche. We want to reach out to this community. There's many people after 30 years of hockey in the city do not even know there's a hockey team. So first of all, that's a marketing issue.
Of course,
it falls into our lap of the media. But there's also a community issue. We want people not to know about the Pirates. We want them to like the Pirates, love the Pirates, and come here and get an affinity for them. So in terms of that scheme, if you want me to break that down, we've got a school programme where we go to at least 27 schools now in Hull. Okay. We give them subsidised tickets, which that's another point we'll come back to in a moment. We've then got the other side where we're trying to forge links with the likes of Hassad and the university, etc. And then we've got another section of it at the moment, which we'll probably come to in a
of course. I mean, you're talking there about a community scheme. So the club will obviously be continuing that into the coming season.
Absolutely,
yeah. So you want to keep giving to the youth.
This is a huge part for the club to actually turn this club not from just being a club out there making money. We have to make money, otherwise we can't get the likes of Jason. This guy's the best player in the league. Certainly for my money, pound for pound, he's the best coach in the league as well. We can't afford him unless we bring money in. It's as good as that. And it's not just about the money, it's about getting people through the door. I've got an affinity for this club, which you mentioned earlier. But it's also about us giving something back. This Made in Hull campaign, which we've been boasting about for a long while. 50% of our guys at least are from Hull, and we want Hull businesses to support us because it's a very small community here. Unlike Sheffield and Manchester area where Jason's familiar with, we've only got a small business community here which we have to tap into.
Okay. Now, you spoke about bringing people in, yourself obviously with the money. Do you feel that the imports this year are as good as last year? Because obviously you had such a successful year. Do you think it can be replicated or even get close to it?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, with signing imports for any team in this league, even in this country, and at any level, it's tough because you're going off people's opinions and slight bits of highlights that you can find. So it's always going to be a gamble. But the early signs are great. They're both making impacts on every game we've been a part of. You talk about last year, then it's big shoes to fill, and I definitely think they're capable of that. We'll be forever grateful for those guys last year and what they did, but times change, we move on, and these are the guys now, so hopefully they pick it up and run with it, really.
That's perfect. Now, final question. Do you feel prepared for the coming seasons on both aspects, on the ice, off the ice?
Yeah, for sure. We're certainly prepared. I mean, we were talking the other day actually, and I think if you went back to, I think you could go back probably 26 games now that with the end of last year that we've not been beaten, and
wow, that's a great record.
We are a serious team, and everyone's come back, and everyone's got a newfound hunger for the sport again, and with this National League coming back, so these guys are only going to get better and better, and we're enjoying it, and we're in the moment. It's great.
That's beautiful.
Well, off the ice, it's not as good as Jason's pitch. I'll be brutally honest about that one. With the success that occurred last year, the level of expectation, I'm sure Jason will know on the ice is risen, but it's also risen off the ice as well. Supporter expectation is incredibly high. Right. Whether or not they expect another treble, I don't know. It might be unrealistic. But no, we've had a lot of challenges really on certain things such as merchandising, kits, etc. We are behind where we need to be. There's reasons for that which we are trying to manage at the moment. It's been an incredibly difficult summer. There's been a couple of things that have happened off the ice, which has left Shane and AP Sports, which is a sister company to ours, which has left them really, really fighting hard. I know Shane has conversations with me late into the early hours of the morning, and then he just starts to go back to work after that. So I'll have to go now, mate. I'm off to Met. And that's what it's like. So we are behind where we need to be. We can't
get there.
Yeah, we can't get much better in the media side, but that's the production side of it, which Shane has to manage, and also Reagan as well. We will get there. I think they're disappointed not to be where they want, but I'd like fans to be patient because fans aren't very patient at the moment. We brought them a triple last year. We brought them 6 straight wins at the moment. And we're getting a bit of hammering on social media as well, and that's really unfair. I'm a fan as much as anybody else, and we need to start to think about what's happening on social media as well.
Okay. So the club's still got the same foundations that brought you the treble. So it's a bit of fan belief, maybe just trusting the schemes that you've had in place, and look at what it delivered last season. See what comes at the end of this one. Get behind the club.
I think there's a bit of patience needed, to be honest. A lot of really impatient fans, and I've not quite seen these fans. I've supported this club since the very first game of the very first season, 31 years now, and I've never quite seen a level of expectation so high. I am going to touch upon the social media side, because I think this is really important.
Okay.
You know, people out there have got a responsibility. I'll defend people to the hill, to the right to say things on social media.
Yeah.
But what we've got to understand is that the likes of Jason and the guys out there, when they take the helmet off, are real people. They've got families, they've got kids, they read social media. It's okay, if Jason doesn't have a very good game, I might be the first one to say a bit off tonight. It doesn't really happen very often, that. But I might be the first one to say, well, looks a bit off colour. Let's see what it's like in the next game.
You said that yourself, Jason, didn't you? You said that you were the first one to go in on players and be there if they do start slacking.
For sure, yeah. I mean, especially for me, I'm a pretty forward guy. Anyone who knows me, and I think the worst thing you can do is, you know, kind of let people just kind of in their own head as a player think about what they're doing right or wrong. And once someone tells you, maybe I can point something out. And you know, I've been around a long time, and hockey's a hard-working sport, and I think so as long as everyone stays honest and works hard, you'll get out of it. But we're a team, and we're a successful team. We've got an identity now, and like I said before, we're going to run with it. And you know, the off-ice stuff's these guys, and I'll help where I can with anything they need. But my job's out there and keeping those guys happy and ready.
So maybe success is breeding a bit of higher expectation.
That's natural, yeah. It's natural in any walk of life as well. I just want to come back to a point there, because when Jason criticises the players, he's got a right to. He's a coach. His neck's on the line. If they don't toe the line, he knows that's his job. You know, it's that sport, isn't it, Jason? It really is. So it's okay coming from Jason, but when you're coming from people, when you're 6 games in and we've won every game, and then they're criticising goalkeepers or forwards for having a bad game, it's a little bit rich. And some of the stuff out there is getting really personal now. As a club, what they don't realise, some of the fans out there, is that the club's got legal responsibility to protect the players. So if somebody starts to overstep the mark, we don't have racist stuff or anything like that. And some of it's getting really, really deep criticism. And as an employer, we have a responsibility to legally protect them. We're not talking about bans here yet, but honestly, if I had to be really truthful, there's a couple of things we've seen recently where we have to start thinking we have to protect the players, and we have to take it into our hands. Jason can't protect them, but we can, and we'll have to do that if necessary.
Because you are a family club.
Importantly, yes, we are. Absolutely, family club. We've got family club values here as well. Otherwise, we couldn't attract the families, and they're a huge part of the success of this club as well, off the ice and also on the ice, because we're encouraging guys to come and play. So if they're reading really, you know, almost defamatory comments with regard to the videos, that's not looking great. It's not looking good when a sponsor goes on there and sees some of the language that's used on there and some of the ways that people are described. So yeah, okay, criticism's fine. If I've got a problem with Jason, I think he's a really bad player, so that's never happened. It's never likely to happen. I'd like to think I could go up to him and have a beer and say, oh, come on mate, what's happened to your form this year, you know?
Maybe that is
we'd have that conversation. You might not like it, but it's happened to you before, I'm sure, Jason.
Yeah, it has for sure. And, you know, I don't read too much into it, online stuff. I know, and obviously that's the world we live in. But like I said, you know what, we're all human, and we're gonna have nights. But
sometimes it is just form, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sometimes some people just struggle for form in a game. You might be in the middle of a fair period, and your form might slip. It can change.
Listen, it's sport, and the other 18 guys on the other team are trying to stop you doing your job. So there's going to be nights where you're not fully, you don't have the massive impact. But you know, like I say, it's sport. The other stuff leave to these guys. But yeah, don't worry about my feelings. Everyone will be okay.
Easy life, James.
Yeah, that's what